Optimus Magnum.
What's up, YouTube fam? My name is Optimus Magnum, otherwise known as Tony. Thanks again for coming to my channel and checking out one of my videos. First and foremost, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so that way you know when a new video is uploaded or things that are going on in the world of me, so to speak. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitch. It'll be right here somewhere. That way you'll see when I'm live streaming next, or also click the notifications on that, because that way you know when I'm live streaming or when I'm live or what's going on in that, if they work. Sometimes they don't work. I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, today's video is going to be with the Sega Genesis. It's one of my favorite consoles ever as well. I own a lot of consoles. Some I don't play as much as others, but the Sega Genesis is one of those consoles that I play a lot of, mostly sports games. But then again, this ain't gonna have any sports games in it. This is not gonna have any at all. These are games that I've played a little bit of or never played at all, as is this series is games that I've either never played, play a little bit, never beat, or beat and want to beat again, things like that. So these are the games that I'm playing in 2021. So let's get right into it and let's talk about the first game. First game is Terminator 2, the arcade game. I picked this up recently, actually, at a local game store. It was actually pretty cheap. This isn't a expensive or rare game or anything like that, but it's really cool because it's like the kind of like the arcade version, except obviously not as good graphically as you would see in the arcade version. If you played the new Terminator games, like at Dave & Buster's or places like that, like local arcades or things like that, that is dope. But this is just as fun. I don't have the blaster. I think this is actually blaster compatible. I do not have a Genesis blaster yet. I haven't found one that really works well yet. So and I think they're pretty hard to find, the Genesis blasters, for some reason. But if I do find one and be able to play, I'll definitely have to record footage of me playing this. I'll have to put the camera behind me and record me playing that way. You can only play those usually on CRT TVs. You can't play them obviously on an LCD or LED or a 4K TV. You can't play them on newer TVs because they don't, the gun doesn't register on those. They're only meant to register basically on a CRT TV. So it's pretty cool. I like that stuff. I love shooters like that you can actually use a gun for. I wish I had those. I just don't have them. I know the Wii has guns that you can use because you can use the Wii remote and put it into the basically the attachments and things like that. So those are cool too. And I have, of course, the NES blaster, which works. I have a couple of those and they work perfectly. So that's always fun too. But I definitely would like to play this on that. That'd be really dope. But for now, I'm going to have to use a controller. All right, the second one's more of a series, not just one game. And it's Desert Strike. As you see here, I have the case for this one. Then there's Jungle Strike. And then there is Urban Strike. Now, what's cool about these are all attack helicopters. Now, growing up in the 80s, there was obviously Airwolf, and I've talked about that game before on NES. It's not that great. I played a little bit of it. Oh, it was horrible, but but it's a game I wanted to try and play, so I did. But anyways, this is really cool. If you ever remember the Choplifter series, it's kind of like that. Except this was like more innovative back in the day because it's kind of like it opened up the whole like world of open world games. This is one of the first to do it, believe it or not. And it's just a really cool game. The only thing about it it is extremely hard. This game, especially these games are really hard. And another thing about these, you notice the difference between a regular Genesis cart and like the EA carts. This was made by EA. They always had these like really big carts. So weird. But anyways, they always had this big, I kind of like the big box art. It's kind of cool. It's just annoying in a sense, like when you're trying to like store them, you have these big ones and then you have the little small ones, but is what it is. But anyways, these games are really hard. Like you would always have this thing where like you're flying the helicopter and like things are shooting you off screen. So you kind of have to memorize the map while you're playing it. So you're going to die a lot. No matter what you do, you're going to die a lot in this game. And if you're one that gets frustrated, this ain't the game for you, because you have to memorize the map, basically learn to shoot ahead of time, learn how to dodge and everything, because also not only are you getting shot off screen, but you can run out of gas, like you run out of fuel. You have to look around for fuel. You have to know where that is and stuff like that. So it's a hard game. So these are games I'm gonna play in 2021. Hopefully I'll stream it a little bit. They're kind of boring because of the amount of time you're spending flying like that. There's no like, it's not like that exciting, but I guess if you have the patience and the time, it's really cool because, I mean, who doesn't like flying helicopters, attack helicopters, being able to use missiles and do crazy stuff with them? I like helicopters. I like helicopters and fighter jets and things like that. I'm like infatuated with like flying things. I even told you in the last video, I'm infatuated with UFOs. So I'm infatuated with like cool flying attacking things like that, and it's probably why I like the movie Independence Day, because it was just so dope, the flying scenes and watching the UFOs and how they had to fight them and combat them and just stuff like that. I love stuff like that. So yeah. So the next games, this one's also a series, and you know this series well, but Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which, by the way, I've actually never played this. Believe it or not, I've never played this. I've played the first one. And I don't think I beat the first one. I think I beat the first one on Game Gear, but I've never beat it on like the Sega Genesis, which is weird because it's technically kind of the same thing, but I didn't do that. But I have Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. And these are two games I want to get into again. Sonic's kind of a weird game because it's not weird, but it's kind of a game that's also takes some memorization, a little bit of the map, because you have to do the time your jumps right, do all your stuff right and everything like that. But I haven't played Sonic since I was a kid. And I just watched a movie recently, actually, on TV. I let my kids watch it. And it was okay. It wasn't great or anything, but it kind of like made me want to play the game again. And just to because the movie really wasn't like true to the game, but it was really cool in a sense that like it made me want to revisit the Sonic series again and maybe pick up those games and play them again. The next one is Disney's Aladdin. This is a fun game, believe it or not. I know it's like a cartoony, it's Disney, it's cartoon, but a lot of these Disney games back in the day on the Genesis were really fun. They were fun platformers. And this one is really cool too. It has a lot of funny comedy in it because it has obviously the genie in it, and it has really cool. It's not that bad graphically. It's just a fun game. Pick up and play a platformer. Platformers. I really started to really enjoy platformers more now that I'm getting a little older. First-person shooters are fun. I like my first-person shooters, but going back to a platformer, trying to figure out things, how to beat things, and how to like get through levels is fun, and I enjoyed it. I played a game recently on a stream called Guns, Gore, and Cannoli on the Nintendo Switch. That was a really, really fun game. It's also on the PlayStation Network as well, the PS Plus. You can get that. Not PS Plus, but PlayStation Network. You can download it from the PlayStation Store. That's a really cool platformer. I played a bunch of platformers recently. They're just fun, and especially when they had like the better graphics and everything like that. And the Genesis, that is not a bad game, especially when you're playing with the Mega SG that I have here. It's in 1080p. It's beautiful. It looks great, and I enjoy playing it. All right, the last game is also a series, and this is one of the most fun games I played. I have memories of playing this with my buddy Nizu. He's my best friend in real life. You can catch him on YouTube again. I'll put it right here for you. Nizu Live. He's got some dope content out there. He plays a lot of cool games, and he's a variety gamer. Like, he's played it all. He's really, really cool. But anyways, him and I used to play this game. We were roommates for a few years, and we used to play this game nonstop and just laugh. Because we found it hilarious, and to this day we still quote some of the lines from this game, and we beat this game together when we played. We did a lot of the controller pass. I don't know if you guys used to do that, but you basically you play until you die. You pass the controller over. Your homie plays, and you help him get through levels if you have to, and then if he dies, you pass the controller back, and then you basically play through the levels till you win the game. And that's how we beat this game. And this game is Earthworm Jim, one of the most fun games I've ever played on Sega Genesis. Just dope. It's also on the Super Nintendo as well, but just a dope game. I think you can get this also on the Xbox 360 Live Arcade. I'm not sure if it's still available. If it is, it might be available on the Xbox One as well, because of all the whole backwards compatibility thing. You could probably download this and still play this. So very fun game, awesome game, and it's just hilarious. You're basically a worm and you're trying to battle through a bunch of things and enemies and levels. It's a platformer too, but you're bouncing and you have all these things, and you kind of use your body, like your head, as a whip to like grapple things and do things. You have a gun, like a little space gun that you pick up things from. It's just fun. I can't explain it to you really too much, but it's just this is a game that you have to pick up and play and just enjoy. And the other one, of course, is Earthworm Jim 2. Now this one, believe it or not, I've never played it. I never really, I just forgot about it, basically, never got my hands on it. This is when I wasn't probably living with my roommate or my best friend at the time, and I just forgot, basically, about this game. And I recently saw this at a game store, and I paid for it. I didn't even care. It was one of those games where I didn't care about the price. I just paid. It wasn't very highly expensive or anything like that. It isn't like I paid $100 for this, but it was a game that I felt that was worth it, because I remember how much fun I had in the first one, and I wanted to own the second one. And plus the listen to me, the cartridge was in great condition, and I just wanted to own it. So cool game. And this is the one I definitely want to look forward to playing through again. I want to play the first one just to play it through again, and then play the second one afterwards, basically. So yeah, that does it for the games on the Genesis that I play. I don't have a lot of games for the Genesis. That's another reason why, or else I could have put some other better games. Let me know in the comment section if there's any games that you play for the Sega Genesis that you would like to see me play or pick up maybe. I don't have a lot because I have a lot of sports games for the Genesis. I've always loved sports, and I've said this numerous times on my videos. I love sports so much, and I always played these sports games on these consoles. So I still pick those up. A lot of people don't buy sports games for the Genesis. I recently went to a game store and saw like tons of games, all sports. And I'm just thinking, wow, nobody knows like how fun these games were. Like, how do they not pick these up? But that's just me, because I spent so much time playing sports games that I just enjoy them so much that I don't mind collecting them because I like them. But that's another thing with me. I collect the games I like, or the games that I used to like, that always wanted, or games that I had before that I want to get back. So those are the kind of games I collect. But that's why what makes me a kind of like a different kind of collector, because I don't collect games because I don't collect games because I just want to collect and have a bunch of games I'm never gonna like ever touch. I collect because there's games I've always wanted to play, games that I've played before, and play a little bit of it and just never got back to them, or games that I want to play with my kids when they get older, because I have a lot of kids games and stuff like that. So that's why I kind of do what I gotta do, and I don't have that many Genesis games like that, but I have a few, and these are the few that I have that I would like to play again, or play for the first time. So cool. All right, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell to let you guys know when I'm uploading a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitch again so you know when I'm streaming. And also, don't forget to comment. Let me know if you have any games that you'd like to play on the Sega Genesis that you like that I might have missed. Let me know about if you have these games that I have, and if you've played them and how you felt when you played them. And if you've had fun playing them, or if you think that, you like those games too. Let me know if you think there's any games on here that you'd like to see me stream, as I am capable of streaming and recording on the Mega SG for the Sega Genesis games. All right, cool. Thank you for watching, guys. As always, thank you for all the love and support. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, Optimus Magnum out. Peace, y'all, and as always, happy gaming.